Now before we get started, I would really love if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get the latest content from the YouTube channel, The Last Rewind. And don't be shy about leaving your comments at the bottom of the page because you are the sole reason why this channel will be successful. Thank you.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video with me, Tremaine. Like I always do, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel before I get into this one. So I started a series on the channel, and it's called Give Them Their Flowers. You know, the last video I did was with Skip Bayless, who I felt was very deserving of his flowers. Again, like I stated in the Skip Bayless video, I got this from a lot of women in my life. They always tell me to give me my flowers while I'm still here to smell them. So I thought of, we should do this with our favorite celebrities and things in pop culture that we hold near and dear to us. And with that, I started the series. You know, especially with the artists whom, you know, we appreciate their bodies of work while they're still here with us. We should, you know, acknowledge it while they're still here with us, as opposed to when they pass. So keep in mind, I'm going through different spectrums with this, whether it's sports, music, movies, a movie, a television show, the works. The man who I feel as if whom should get his flowers now, I think is very deserving and should be acknowledged more in pop culture. And this is coming from a person, I like hip hop, I like R&B. This is one, in my opinion, one of the most underrated R&B artists, and that is one Montell Jordan. Montell Jordan is a phenomenal artist. He was a phenomenal artist in the 90s. Keep that in mind. And he did phenomenal work for artists in the 90s. If you don't know who Montell Jordan is, the song that probably resonates with you when it comes to him is "This Is How We Do It." As a cultural, that alone should get him the flowers he deserves, but that song alone is a cultural pivotal moment that stands out, that still stands out. You know, when that song comes on in any club or a party, it's a party starter. It gets the party going, though. This is how we do it. It's just, bar none, a classic tune. And that was just the start of what I would consider a very great career for Montell Jordan. So I'm gonna get into some of his accolades and his highlights, and it's to the reason why I'm giving him his flowers. Notable mention, as I was researching, you know, for the video, I came across that he recently beat prostate cancer. So kudos to that. He's here to receive his flowers. So kudos to that from Montell Jordan. He recently beat prostate cancer. So that's a feat in itself. But 1995. Let's put the year. Let's put a stamp on the year. 1995 is when This Is How We Do It was released. That's the name of the album and the single. 1995. He was making hit music in 95, pre-social media, pre-internet. Just him, his vocals, his ability to write the song, or maybe someone wrote it for him. I don't know. I should have looked into that. But the song itself, he brought it to light. Montell Jordan was on Def Jam Soul until 2003. So he was a Def Jam artist until 2003. The 1995 album of This Is How We Do It reached #1 on the Billboard 100 and stayed there for 7 weeks. Do you know how tremendous that is in the 90s to do that? Again, without internet, without the mechanics of everything going on in music now, to do that in 1995. In 95 to reach #1 Billboard 100 and stay there for 7 weeks. That's pretty amazing. The album, here's where he should get a lot of flowers. The album went platinum in the 90s. It's not like the album went platinum over time, because albums can still generate sales over time. Like you put the album out in the 90s and it may hit platinum status in the 2000s. No, it went platinum in the 90s. That is a tremendous feat. Another single off of that album was Something for the Honeys. I love this tune. I love this record. In the video, the video has Lark Voorhees in it. Montel Jordan is on the golf course. He's like trying to pick up Lark Voorhees. If you don't know, Lark Voorhees is Lisa from Saved by the Bell. But Montel Jordan is basically, he's singing to her. That is a tune in itself. So he at least had 2 singles that were good on that album. That's This Is How We Do It and Something for the Honeys. This is 95. A couple years later, in 1998, he releases Let's Ride. Now, this one wasn't as popular as This Is How We Do It. Obviously, This Is How We Do It is still in pop culture today when it comes to movies, or it's a saying, it's a catchphrase. This is how we do it. It's a catchphrase now. It's a great party starter still. I'm going to say that again. But Let's Ride was still a good album. Keep in mind, this is 1998. So we're still in the 90s. Let's Ride went certified gold in 98. That's pretty tremendous in itself to go gold in 98. Considering he went platinum 3 years before. That's tremendous. The Let's Ride album peaked at number 20 on the US Billboard 200. And he had another single off of that called I Can Do That. Now, I at this point started following Montel Jordan's career because I became a huge fan. The Let's Ride album is a classic in my opinion. So much of a classic, I still have the CD. It is right here. I know I can put this CD on in my car or whichever capability you have to play a CD. I know every song on this album. I lost this CD when I was younger. I repurchased this. That is how good this album is. In this day and age of your Ushers, your Chris Browns, your Trey Songz, they're tremendous artists in itself. These are 2000s babies. This is the 90s right here. Montel Jordan. And then you think he's done. No. Because Let's Ride was in 98. Get It On Tonight 99. I know you got to know this song. My baby's stressing me. He comes out with that. Again, I'm such a fan. Have that album right here. Right here. Bought it. I want to say the second week it came out, and this is the original. I did not have to repurchase this one. This is the same one I bought back in 1999. I went to my car to get both of these CDs out of my I still have a CD, I guess your little notebook folder, and they were in there still. I have never parted, and I won't part. I don't listen to them as much, no, but it's just something about, to me, they both are classics. Getting on tonight, 4 weeks on the US Billboard Hot 100. It stayed on there for 3 weeks. It sold 800,000 records. I say all that to say, I know, Montell Jordan probably wasn't the most popular, if you will, artist of the 90s. But talent-wise and vocal ability, the cat could sing, and he put out great music. He put out some great music, and I was telling my co-host Red, I said, I gotta do one for Montell Jordan because that cat put out some great music. He did. That Let's Ride album was the only CD ever I take that back. Usher's Confessions, I lost it and I repurchased it. So Usher's Confessions and the Let's Ride album were the only two albums I've ever repurchased because they were so good and I wanted to have them. Keep in mind the Let's Ride single featured Master P, Silk the Shocker. At the time, they were really popping. The 504 Boys and the New Orleans culture. So he infused that on the Let's Ride album. The video is top tier. You got to give this man his flowers in Montell Jordan. I do know now he's taken a step back from the limelight. Again, I've already mentioned that he beat prostate cancer. But I do know now he's a married man. He is a born-again Christian. I believe he was a minister at one point. Not too sure if he's still practicing minister. But I do know he was a minister at one point, and he's given his life to Christ, which is commendable. He's still amongst us. He's still in the entertainment field, but I don't think he's singing as much. I do believe, he may make an appearance or two with This Is How We Do It, because that is obviously his what he's most popularly known for. But Montell Jordan made great music, and he should be acknowledged, and he should be given flowers. And at the least, I wanted to do that because he's very deserving. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know who else you think may deserve their flowers, and we can go from there. I'll see you in the next one. Please.